Greetings, guys. I have looked at some of the questions that we have coming up for the next unit in our Think Up Math book, and we need a little bit more practice in percent applications and finding different ways to deal with them. So there's so many different ways that we can find a percent of a number. We can convert the percent to a decimal, we can make a proportion, we can subtract, we can add to find a difference. So subtracting to find the discount, the markdown, or the percent off, or we can add the percent to our whole, and that's the markup, that's the tax, that's the tip. So for these problems, I'm going to demonstrate how we can solve them, and this will be on Skyward, and it will be due on Tuesday, November 17th by 11:59 p.m. at night. So I'm Miss Starling. And today is the 12th that I'm doing the video, and this is for all of my classes. So, percent application. Use your understanding of percentages to complete the table below. Be sure to show your work. So I'm going to demonstrate how to show my work, and then this is my work and my solution. Question number 1 says, Francis heard that a car stereo system was on sale for 30% off. Put a box around 30% off. If the sale price was $57.75, what was the original price of the stereo? So because I took 30% off, I'm going to do 100% minus 30%, and that's going to be what I paid. So that's going to be my 70%, because 100 minus 30 is 70%. Okay, so 70% is what I paid. And then that 70% is the $57.75. So I need to find the original price. So I'm going to make a proportion, and I'm going to have my price on top and my percent on the bottom. So I paid 70%, which is $57.75, and then I want 100%. And then X is the mystery number. I don't know what that is. So I could do two things. I could do 57 over 75, and I can reduce that to unit rate and then multiply by 100 to get my answer here. Or I can cross multiply and divide. And again, I know some teachers say that it's not suggested to do so because you don't know why, but these are two equal fractions, and you're trying to find out what this equivalent number is so that you can figure out the original price. Furthermore, if it's 30% off, this original price has to be more than $57.75. So I'm going to do $57.75 times 100. Then I'm going to divide by 70. So anything times 100, you move your decimal 2 places to the right. So this is 5775, and this is divided by 70. Then you're going to do top in, bottom out. 5775 divided by 70 will be your answer. Number 2, Mr. Robbins earned a commission on each airfare he books. At the end of the day, he had booked $208.60 worth of airfare and earned $31.29. What is Mr. Robbins' commission rate? So I need to make a proportion, and he booked $208.60. That's everything. That's my 100%. That is my whole value. I don't know what his commission rate is, so that's a mystery percent. I'm going to put an X there. I do know that it was $31.29. I'm going to make an equation here. 31.29 times 100 divided by 208.60. Multiplying this by 100, move your decimal 2 places over. 3,129 divided by 208.60. That will be his commission rate. 3,129 divided by 208.60. The bill at a restaurant came to $136.40. Oh, you know what? I didn't put a box on this. So that commission rate is in percent. The bill was $136.40. The patrons decided to leave a tip of 15%. What was the total bill including the tip? So my bill is 100% of that cost. And if it's a tip, I'm going to add 15%. So plus 15%. I'm going to end up paying 115% of the bill. So I need to make a proportion. I want the whole bill, and then I want the bill plus tip. The whole bill was $136.40. I don't know what the bill was plus the tip though, so I'm going to cross multiply, then divide. 115 times 136.4. I'm going to divide by 100, which means I just need to move my decimal 2 places to the right. I'm sorry, to the left. All right, so winter coats are marked 70% off in February, on February 1st. If a coat costs $57.75 on January 31st, how much will it cost on February 1st? So it's $57.75 on January 31st, and then the next day it's going to be 70% off. So I'm taking 70% off my whole, and I'm going to get 30%. So I need 30% of $57.75. So I'm going to make a proportion. 100% is $57.75. And 30% is some number here. Something else that I could do here, I could just do $57.75 times 30%. And I know that my percent needs to be a decimal, so it should be times 0.3. Okay? All right. Number 5. At West Middle School, there are 420 students who eat lunch. The school lunch line always offers pizza on Fridays. If 65% of the students purchase pizza on Friday, then how many pizza lunches were purchased? 65% needs to be converted to a decimal. And of 420, that means I need to multiply there. Okay, on the next page, percent, proportions, and equations. A toy manufacturer estimates that 6% of its products are defective. Now, if you're doing this, this is all well and cute, but the riddle doesn't matter because I'm not asking for the riddle in Skyward. I'm going to be asking for these answers here. A toy manufacturer estimates that 6% of its products are defective. If it produces 550 toys in one day, how many will be defective? So I'm going to take my 6% and I'm going to convert it to a decimal. It's going to be 0.06. Then I'm going to multiply by 550. Then I will get my answer. The next one here says 14% of the town's population is over the age of 65. If there are 220 residents over the age of 65, approximately what is the town's population? So this is my 14%, so I need to go back. I need the whole. So I do need to make a proportion here. I know that 320 is 14%, and I want to get to 100, and that's my x. So I'm going to say 320 times 100, and then I'm going to divide by 14. So if I multiply something by 100, 320, I'm going to add 2 zeros, then divide by 14. I'm just finding the equivalent. This will give you your answer for number 2. The LA Dodgers hit the most home runs in 2014. The Rays are better, but anyway. The number of home runs accounted for 6% of the entire Major League Baseball home run count. If 583 total home runs were hit, approximately how many did the LA Dodgers hit? So I need 6% of 583. That's going to be the same decimal, and my whole number is going to change a little because it's 583. So I'm going to do 0.06 times 583, and then I will get my answer. 2 of the dozen eggs in a carton are cracked. About what % of the carton is not cracked? So if a dozen is 12, 2 are cracked, 10 are not cracked, then I'm going to do 10 divided by 12. I'm going to get a decimal, and then I'm going to multiply that answer by 100 to get my percent. Excuse me. Mr. Hollins determines that he gives away $800 each month. If he gives away 16% of his budget, how much is his overall budget? So this is my 16%. So I'm going to make a proportion and say 800 is 16%, and my 100 is what I need to find. I'm going to multiply 800 by 100 and divide by 16. 800 times 100, 800 times 100, that's 4 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then divide by 16. Top in, bottom out. Eddie is reading a novel for English class. He has read 173 out of 48 pages. About what % of the book has he read? TiVo, 173 over 480 is X, and this is 100%. My percents are up at the left, are on the right side, and my page numbers are on the left. I could do 173 times 100 divided by 480. So 173 times 100 all over 480. Cross out a 0. This is 1730 divided by 48, which will be my answer here. A nutrition label states that there are 36 grams of carbohydrates in each serving. This accounts for 12% of the daily value. How many grams of carbohydrates are recommended per day? So my 12%, 100%. My 12% is 36. How do I get from 36 to 12? Or 12 to 36? I'm going to multiply by 3. So I'm going to do the same thing over here to get this number up top. About 56% of 2,553 students are enrolled in at least one honors class. How many students are enrolled in an honors class? 56% of means multiply 2,553. My 56 as a decimal, or my 56% as a decimal is 0.56. And then I'm going to multiply by 2553. Then I'll get my answer there. All right, the next page is going to be pretty self-explanatory. You're converting each one of these to a decimal and then multiplying by 50. So this is, or multiplying by the whole number. This is 0.5, this is 1.0, this is 0.9, this is 0.70, this is 0.20, 0.7, 1.0, 0.8. This is 0.6, this is 0.4, this is 0.1, this is 0.3, this is 0.8, this is 0.1, this is 0.2, and this is 0.4. Sorry I had to speed that up, but my video is about to end. Now I'm going to do times 40, answer, times 60, answer, times 50, answer, times 40, times 30, times 10, times 80, and times 70. Submit this in Skyward by next Tuesday evening. Have a great weekend. Oh, don't forget to do this side, times 50, and so on.